Yo, what is good, everyone? What is up, everyone? How you guys doing? Welcome back to another episode of the Renegade Roundtable podcast. Here I am, Jeffrey Kirby. As always, each and every week, we have the man himself, the man, the myth, the legend. Legend? What the hell? Did I just started having a lisp here? Did I just come into having into a lispy list or some shit?
Yeah.
What the hell happened there? But we got Jarryd in the building. Jarryd, how the hell are you?
I'm doing all right after hearing that intro.
It felt like my tongue was fat as hell. It felt like it was getting wider and longer as it was going on. Like I had a freaking giraffe tongue. Call me Jeffrey the Giraffe from Toys R Us. God damn it.
But all right, another day, another dollar. It's getting a little bit slower in the sports world. Basketball looks like it's about to be over here in a second here.
Oh. Which means for the moment that the finals is over, that's when also hell breaks loose for my Cavs.
Yep.
Because then we got to deal with the whole Donovan Mitchell thing.
Yep, it definitely does.
Ooh, buddy. And it'll be a time for the Magic to stay mid.
Okay. All right.
Oh, man. But obviously, like Jarryd said, I mean, not a whole lot going on. We finished up minicamp this week in Pittsburgh. And we got we got some news that I think we were all anticipating and we're just waiting on. Mike Tomlin, 3-year extension. So he's going to be the head coach for at least the next 3 years, which, I mean, we kind of figured that's what was going to happen. It's what happens in Pittsburgh. Lot of mixed reactions about it. Lot of mixed reactions when it came to that because, well, you know what? Here, before that, I'm going to let you say your piece first. I'm just going to let you have the floor, and then we'll go from there.
Not surprising, not shocking. The extension came, in my opinion. There's no way they're turning into a new direction of a head coach. I feel like anytime soon, unless with depending on the quarterback situation is the biggest question, of course, as well, because we don't know who the future is going to be after this year. If it's either Russ or Justin Fields, but I just had a feeling Mike Tomlin wasn't going to go anywhere. I think they might be his leash might be very shorter than expected. Maybe is how I take it because there's expectations that we set ourselves here. It's always Super Bowl or bust. But now we haven't won a playoff game since 2016. I would like to win. I would like to win a playoff game sometime today here. Not just to get in.
I don't think you're going to win a playoff game on June 13th.
No, I know
we're not playing football right now.
Yes, but talk about expectations for the Steelers.
Oh, I know.
Because
I just got to give you shit like usual.
I know, but Steelers we're going to be okay. We're going to be good. It's a tough schedule. It's going to be another test like every year. This is probably the toughest one in a long time, I would say, in a while with the schedule, especially that back half. That back half's going to be insane. I don't know how that. I don't know what to expect from there. If the Steelers come out with a winning record and make the playoffs, I don't want to hear anything could happen. I don't want to hear it.
Oh, you know what's going to happen is the moment you could put that into context and say, listen, look at the schedule, the back half of the schedule. We came out with a winning record. We made the playoffs. But you know damn well how it's going to go.
Yep.
The moment they don't win a playoff game, even if it's close, say they lose, say they're playing set team, whatever it is, and they lose on like a game-winning field goal, and it's, let's say, 2017 or something like that. You know damn well what's going to happen. The agenda is going to be that they lost another playoff game. Mike Tomlin should go, blah, 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 blah. You know how that's going to go.
If it ends like that, then I would say it's an improvement, I guess. But, we want – I want to say disappointed. Yeah, I don't want to say let him go. Like I said, we'll see what happens. It's an extension that I expected to happen. I didn't think we were going to get another head coach in a while. I see. It's just we all grew up with Mike Tomlin basically. A little bit of Bill Cowher, but Mike Tomlin's what we grew up with. Everybody, from from where was it 2000? I forgot when he came in 5. I don't remember 6 season. It was a long time.
So you look at the back half of the schedule, like you mentioned. Now we're going completely off topic of where we wanted to go with this, but that's fine. Look at the back half of that schedule. You're at home. This is after you play the Commanders, which, by the way, I mean, we'll see what happens with Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels could be someone that could bring them a little bit of a spark there with Terry McLaurin there and company. Be at home against Baltimore. We know those games against Baltimore are always going to be close. Yeah. Then you're quick Thursday night in Cleveland. It's not been great for us over there, especially on Thursday Night Football. 0-2 on Thursday Night Football over there. Then you go straight in. Holy shit, I didn't realize that we have 4 straight divisional games.
Yep.
Oh, my God. So we go from at home versus Baltimore, Thursday Night Football in Cleveland. Then you have the mini bye. Then you're in Cincinnati. Then you come back against the Browns at home. Then you go to the opposite side of the state, play Philadelphia, which, by the way, my prediction for that game very early on, about 6 months or so, early. I think that's going to be a game that we end up winning. And I think it's because I think there's going to be some sort of collapse that happens with Philadelphia. Maybe I'm wrong and I just look completely dumb, but you know what? Screw it. Then you have Baltimore again. We all know how that game's going to go.
Yep.
Then you have the Christmas game against the Chiefs. Hopefully Santa Claus can bless us with a win there. And then you got obviously the final game of the year at home against Cincinnati. So yeah, good God, that's a gauntlet of a schedule where you're playing 1, 2, 3, 4, all 6 year divisional games in the back half of the season. Which, by the way, in a way, you could look at that as a good thing, or you could look at it as a damn. We kind of wish we would have a couple in the beginning of the season, but you could also say, listen, you're at a point now where you're established. I know they're established too, and you can see it on both sides. They could have some injuries. We might have some injuries, whatever. You could always say that, but I think AFC North, when we don't play a divisional game until right before Thanksgiving, I mean, you're talking that is prime AFC North football, and you're playing teams that you're comfortable against. Very well. Now, yes, you can say, well, they know you very well. Yes, they do, but you know them very well, and I think those are games too that will get you a little bit more motivated in the back half of the season as well, which is something that will definitely, I hope, will be a plus.
Mm-hmm.
And when you talk about going back to the whole topic about Mike Tomlin. We all remember in the season last year where I was saying that I was done with Mike Tomlin. And obviously part of that was, me speaking emotionally because we had lost to the Patriots after losing to the Cardinals, which, that was an awful 4 days of being a Steeler fan. I think at the end of the day, I'm happy that he's back.
Mm-hmm.
But god damn, can we win a playoff game?
Yep.
I posted this out on Twitter a couple days ago, and it was, I think, a big generational thing that I noticed between Steeler fans. And this is what I tweeted. I said, what I've noticed about the Tomlin contract extension. Majority of the younger fan base loves it. Majority of the older generation doesn't love it. Why is that? And then we got some of the responses. Some responses were because the older generation has seen them lose to Tim Tebow and Blake Bortles. Younger generation equates non-losing seasons as success, mostly compared to other teams that genuinely suck and can't break even or better. Older gen has seen championships and expects nothing less, but the current head coach hasn't delivered on that or even a playoff win in a long time. One is because boomers are the biggest generation of whiny crybaby brats. And then we got a random comment saying if they're bringing a race card into it, which
oh boy.
And then we got a quote tweet because it's time to win some playoff games for older folks. Maybe younger folks just love how cool he is. Ha ha. Listen, just win a damn playoff game so we can end this misery of every year having to have the
same conversation.
Rinse, wash, repeat when it comes to Mike Tomlin and this damn conversation that we have to have for him. I mean, now granted, yes, 2017, you get 45 points dropped on you against Blake Bortles.
Yes,
I totally understand that. 2018, you had a collapse in December. 2019, you kind of had a collapse in this. Well, you did have a collapse in December. You went from 5-3 to, or you went from, what was it? You ended up losing, I want to say like 2 or 3 straight in the month of December, which made it to where, or you were like 8-5 or something, and it went to 8-8 or some shit like that. And then that was in 2019. 2020, you had a collapse in December, and you went from 11-0 to being 12-4, and then lose to a team that didn't even have their freaking head coach on the sideline.
Don't remind me of that game.
And then 21, I mean, obviously this is all stuff that we know, but we're just going to go through the timeline for shits and giggles. 21, we all know you get obliterated in Kansas City, but you found a way to make the playoffs there. 22, you didn't get any luck.
Yep.
Excuse me, in making the playoffs there. And then last year you lose you get lucky, make the dance, and then you get obliterated by Buffalo. Had to deal with a little bit of adversity with that. But that game against Jacksonville still haunts me to this day. We all know number one game that's going to haunt me is that damn game. It is, what I tell you, it is June 13th, 2024. You know how many, I still, to this day, get 4837 comments.
Mm-hmm.
I still get
those
comments.
It's their trophy.
It's their Super Bowl. It is their Super Bowl. So oh my God.
It's the trophy.
For the love of God, please win at least one damn playoff game. Can we please do it?
We'll see. We'll see what happens with this tough schedule. This is probably the most I would say nervous, optimistic I am this season because new quarterback, new offensive coordinator. You got two young tackles now. You got your center, a rookie center. You got 2 veteran guards, and you got a great defense. And you got addition to linebacker. You got some good corners now. You got a solid group of corners. Minka's going to play more in the free box. I saw that comment. He's going to be more roaming around free safety, that's about damn time.
Because there should be no reason why a safety should be leading a team in tackles.
Because that means your defense is not good against the run or something.
Yeah, that means they're getting gashed.
Exactly. So I hope that works out. Patrick Queen should help a lot in that inside as well.
A lot.
I'm talking about hopefully we have the Ryan Shazier replacement is what I'm really hoping for.
Which is crazy to think, considering that up until last year, when we really started to get some better off-ball linebacker play, we really have not been good at that off-ball linebacker position since Shazier.
Nope.
2018, gaping hole. 2019, you got some good play out of Devin Bush.
That was the best year.
And then 2020, he gets hurt. Then that becomes a hole again. And then after that, Devin Bush looks like he couldn't get his head out of a paper bag. No. Couldn't get his head out of his ass. He was too worried about tweeting and other shit and looking like this. He was CT ESPN before CT ESPN. He was Antonio Brown before Antonio Brown on Twitter. You're happy that you got that finally. You invested in that last year. You completely revamped that room. Landon Roberts, Cole Holcomb, and Quan Alexander. Then you add to that this year. You're basically, and it seems like you're replacing Quan Alexander with Patrick Queen, which, hey, you're good. You love that. You love that a ton. He has embraced the hell out of this city already.
Oh my God! Already, I love it.
That's been beautiful to see. You want volunteers, not hostages. Well, right now he's acting like a damn good volunteer, which is what you want to see. He's going to have the green dot this year. Yep. So he's going to be calling plays for the defense. I am excited for how this team's going to go. I'm still going until either something happens or we really see how good Roman Wilson can be. And even then, he's only a rookie. He's a rookie 3rd round pick. You can't expect him to go out there and just be God immediately. I'm not expecting that.
No.
But until either he does really look good or until we bring in someone, I'm still going to always have that question in the back of my head about the question mark at wide receiver.
Yep.
We keep reiterating that over and over and over again. This was an interesting little tidbit about this whole wide receiver thing. We've been talking about Brandon Aiyuk. We've been harping on that for God knows how long. We've been beating that dead horse. 2 names that could be interesting. One is another big time name that you could trade for that may be even more realistic than Brandon Aiyuk, which would be CeeDee Lamb.
Interesting.
Now, CeeDee Lamb is better than Aiyuk, which means you're going to have to pay him more and you're going to have to give up more. But good God, if you could imagine a wide receiver core with CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, and Roman Wilson.
Wow.
Oh, my God. Now, if you want to say there's not a chance in hell that's happening, okay. I'll give you another realistic name that could possibly be
not a chance in hell.
A good wide receiver, too. It's Brandon Cooks.
Yeah.
Brandon Cooks is someone because I think we're going to be able to completely wipe out Courtland Sutton. I think that train is
I really want it. I think it's done.
Yeah, that train has sailed. Seems like he people from Denver are saying there's like a 2 out of 10 chance that he plays for our team this year. So that horse is dead, done, gone, like my car a month ago. Like my love life. Like my love life.
All right.
But yeah, see that he's gone. So Brandon Cooks is someone that could be a legitimate person where he's a little bit older, but he's stayed healthy.
Yep.
He's been out there. He could be a good wide receiver too. He's going to be better than freaking who the hell did we have last year?
Last year. Allen Robinson.
Allen Robinson. He's going to be better than Allen Robinson. He's going to be better than all that. And that's what we need, someone to be opposite of George Pickens.
I'm sorry, better than all those receivers we signed so far. Scotty Miller, Van Jefferson, Quez Watkins. Those are our receivers after Roman Wilson.
So if you bring in someone like Brandon Cooks, I will be ecstatic with that. Or if you like, for an example, if you were to go with Brandon Aiyuk, I'm just throwing it out there.
Yep.
You might be able to get away with not having to give up a 1. You may be able to give up a 2 and
let's say a 2 in
Darnell Washington or something like that.
2 in a
maybe Darnell. A 2 in a player, 2 in Darnell Washington, although actually probably not because they got Kittle and so maybe not him. A 2
2 and someone. No, I think a couple. I think just picks.
Actually, you know what it is you give him a 2. You give him Nick Herbig because we're going to be signing. Signing Micah Parsons next year. It's all good. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, but you may be able to get away with not having to give up a 1 there. If you're going after CeeDee Lamb, it is a 1,000,000% chance
you're giving up a 1.
Or you're giving up a 1 next year. And listen, CeeDee Lamb is that guy. CeeDee Lamb is a top 2 to 3 receiver in this league. Yep. And if you're able to get him, you get Russell Wilson, someone like CeeDee Lamb. Oh my. Because you've seen what happened. Russell Wilson's looked good when he had DK Metcalf. Even Tyler Lockett. When he had Tyler Lockett, he was good. So that would be something that would get that. There would be some blood flow going on if we're being honest here.
There's no way a chance that happens.
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying. If you wanted me to be honest with you, I think that it would be more realistic to see a CeeDee Lamb trade, because look at the situation in Dallas. Now, am I saying it's going to happen? No, I'm not saying that. But I think you look at the scenarios of where San Francisco is versus where Dallas is. Dallas has not done a damn thing in free agency. You have three guys that they're going to have to pay premium.
They're all in. They're all in.
They got to pay. They have Dallas might be honestly close to possibly having to rebuild, because you have three guys next year that would have to get paid premium dollars: Dak Prescott, Micah Parsons, and CeeDee Lamb.
Can't pay all
You're
three.
not going to be able to pay all three.
No.
So who is going to be voted off the island? Are you going to pay the quarterback? Are you going to pay are you going to pay your top 2 to 3 wide receiver in the NFL? Or are you going to pay one of the top 2 to 3 pass rusher in the NFL?
It's a tough question.
My question to that is, the question you become with that is, okay, if you're going to sign the quarterback, then it'd be kind of foolish to not sign the receiver. But then, oh shit, now you're leaving out your defense completely washed. Okay, well then, if you're going to sign the quarterback, you kind of need him to have a receiver. You need to get him a good receiver. And then if you don't pay the quarterback, all right, well then who the hell is your quarterback going to be? Mm-hmm. So you're in next year's quarterback draft class is not looking that great right as of now. So Dallas is in a messed up situation. That's why I think that it is a more realistic chance that you could see Dallas trading CeeDee Lamb than San Francisco trading Brandon Aiyuk.
I totally agree. I could see it. They're like they said, they're all in this year with whatever they have on their team. It's just the Dallas cycle, as everyone calls it. You know, if you've seen the cycle graph on Twitter or anything like that, they're at the getting ready to hype themselves up a minute. It's about to be it's our year.
Hey, all I know is just I'm going to beat this like a dead horse too. Just get me a damn playoff win at the very least. No, it's great. So last night I was in a group FaceTime and someone asked me, what do you think the Steelers record's going to be? And I said, I think they're going to go 10-7 again. They all looked at me sideways.
They all looked at you crazy. Yeah.
They all looked at me and thought, not a chance in hell. They all thought we're going 7-10, maybe 8-9. I'm like, guys, you guys do this every freaking year. We won 10 games last year, with most of our games being with Kenny Pickett at quarterback.
Yeah, terrible quarterback play.
I mean, you would hope that Russell Wilson's going to be better than Kenny Pickett.
I hope so.
I mean,
I'm running out of options over here.
Well, I'm also running out of patience of people still talking about that damn quarterback, Kenny Pickett, over there in Philadelphia now. Have you been on X recently?
Yeah, I've seen the tweet.
My God! Here, Steeler fans, do me a damn favor. Can y'all please shut the hell up about Kenny Pickett? I understand that you guys are having summer hack topics on X, but good God, can y'all please shut the hell up? He's no longer with the team. Y'all got what you wanted.
Yep.
Please shut up.
He's gone.
He is gone. He is on to the other side of Pennsylvania.
Yep. Exactly. Like, we ignore him. It's over. It happened, unexpectedly. We didn't think it was going to happen. It was very surprising when it happened. But like I said,
I was in the liquor store when that happened. I was like, well, shit, this just gave me my reason to pop bottles tonight.
I was at work and I jumped up screaming for joy. I was surprised. Basically, I'm the only Steeler fan in the office. I'm like, wow, I can't believe this is real. Old Steelers would never do something like this. They would never do this.
And listen, I am excited about what. And listen, that's another thing too we got to talk about when it comes to this as well. This is Omar Khan's second full season.
Yep.
Where he's in charge of the
He's
draft and
yep.
involved in all that. So this is his second draft and everything. Let's see what happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's
speaking of draft picks. Seems like today he said on 93.7 The Fan on that show that we won't mention because I'm not going to mention that absolute asshat of a clown over there on the midday show on the afternoon show.
Mm-hmm.
That it seems like Broderick Jones is going to be on the left side. Well, how he said it is that Fatanu will be on the right side, which by all indications, obviously that means he'll be on the right side and Broderick Jones will be on the left. And you know what that could mean?
That means no more Dan Moore is what I want. As long as I don't see Dan Moore on either side, I think everyone will be more happy. If Dan Moore is not on that line, listen, he's not good. I'm sorry, not good. We just have him. He's just there.
I'm pretty sure I could have played better.
I'm pretty sure we could. I'm sure you could play better at the left tackle position. It's just oh my God. I just picture my dad yelling at me every time. He's like, who's the flag on? Dan Moore again? That's every time a flag comes out on the offensive side. I don't know. He just did not like Dan. Nobody likes Dan Moore, unfortunately. We want him to play good, but he's just been awful. Awful.
Terrible. Yeah, I'm excited to see this season. We got, they're on quote unquote, these guys are going to be on quote unquote summer break for about a month or so, a little over a month, and then we're going to be in camp. And then that's when the fun's going to happen. That's when things are really going to start to pick up. And I am excited.
I'm excited for this line to gel. This line, I'm really excited. The rookie West Virginia center. You got now Fatano on the right. Broderick on the left.
And then you have Sayamalu
and Daniels in there for now. For this one season, I think this is Daniels' last season right now.
Yes.
I think they extend him. So they gotta really think about what to do after this next offseason, see what they do with him.
Maybe that's where McCormick comes in. Maybe, I don't know. He was a 4th, 5th round pick. I mean, let's see what he looks like. He gets NFL talent first and foremost. That will be definitely someone that when it comes to preseason,
he'll be on there for sure.
He is definitely someone that some of us will definitely have their eyes peeled on, because if he could go out there and look pretty good, then then you can maybe they'll have more of that conversation of putting McCormick out there in 2025. So we'll see about that. One thing that I'm curious to see, because you mentioned something also off air, we're going to get to that here in a sec, and it involves the same position of about what I'm about to mention. It's Darnell Washington, because Darnell Washington, from what we were hearing, looks pretty good today and during 7 shots where he caught a couple touchdown passes, and that's something that I really want to see more of. I want to see him become more of a red zone threat in the passing game, because I think you can really open things up with them. Because right now, when you have Darnell Washington out there, you're not thinking of him really as a receiver. You're thinking of him as a 6th offensive lineman. And so if you can add in that threat of him, and I mean, the dude is gigantic.
It would just seeing him at Georgia was a monster.
He's the NFL version of freaking the Giant Gonzalez from the 90s WWE. That's what he is, So you get him involved in the pass game, in the red zone, you can make something happen with him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, make that 2 tight set. You got Pat on the other side. Use him.
And that's another thing that we got to talk about.
It's a big year for Pat too. This is a big year.
He's in a contract year.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Najee.
Well, you got Najee as well, but then you mentioned something.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and say what you said.
What about using Conor Heyward as a fullback? Is what we really should start thinking about and using. I'm sure they have. Maybe I hope. I miss the old, have the fullback punch it in the end. Roosevelt Nix is what I missed. That player, that type of player that can lay out the wood blocking for the running back. Great blocker. I just want something different. I miss having a fullback. Basically, it looks nice, and you have an extra blocker that could help with the run game, especially.
Yeah,
being it.
My issue with that is so you may be able to get away with it, although unless you're just trying to find a way to
use them on the field, pretty much.
Yeah, but then I think if you're gonna do that, I understand the thought process of trying to get you're trying to get as many playmakers as out there as possible. But if you're gonna use him as a fullback, then why not just use him as another tight end? Now, if you want in short yardage situations, use him as a fullback. Absolutely, without a doubt, no, 100%. I'm good with that. But if you're talking, second and mid, something like that, second and 7.
Whatever. I'm not talking like that. I was really trying to get more of the goal line situation.
Okay, so if you want to do that, then yeah, or if you're going, if you were talking goal line short yardage situations, then hey, I'm okay with that because he's a guy that will be able to that could make an impact there. But and I understand trying to find ways to get him on the field because he can play. He has some talent. It's just a matter of how can you use him right now when you have a log jam at tight end.
Yep.
Now, obviously, Paz, you can't expect him to play all 17 because he hasn't played all 17. I don't think in his career yet. He's dealt with injuries and concussions and all that. Then you get Darnell Washington, where he's been what we've mentioned before. And let's not forget, too, remember last year they had Zach Gentry as well. So yeah, it's a way to try to get him on the field. But, we'll see. We'll see how they want.
I just wish they need to use a fullback and goal. I was talking about, short yardage. I hope they use that more. Goal line situation, something like that.
Yeah, definitely in short yard situations, I could see them doing more of that. Yeah. Getting him out there with George Pickens, Darnell Washington, have those three kind of be. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you could get away with that, I think, a little bit more. But yeah, other than that, it's been a very slow week. Oh, speaking of which. And some non-Steeler news that we got a little bit ago from when we're recording this. Good God, Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence got 5 years, $275 million, which averages out to $55 million a year. 200 guaranteed with 142 fully guaranteed. And he's going to get 142 at signing.
Wow! Congrats.
Oh yes, 142 at signing. Yeah,
Congrats
so now he is tied with Joe Burrow as the highest per year.
Wow! Congrats, Trevor Lawrence. Wow! I knew he was going to be a Jag. They were going to extend him, but I didn't expect that much. To be up there with. Trevor Lawrence.
If we're being honest here, is he worth $55 million right now? I don't think so.
No.
Now, with the way that the NFL is today, you kind of knew you were going to have to pay the piper.
Yep.
But you know what that means? You got to think guys like Tua, although, and you know what? Tua, someone I don't know if I can see a world where Miami pays Tua $55 million. I just cannot.
Tua, you got Dak.
Dak next year. He's we talked about that a little bit earlier with Dallas.
That they're all in with Dallas. Dallas is all in right now. I like they said, they ain't doing much improvement, but they're all in apparently.
I don't know how you're gonna be much all in if you ain't do jack shit.
Hey, you're telling me. But yeah, a couple guys expecting the next contract coming up here. Dak, Tua. Trying to think anyone else up there that's really gonna need. Not really anyone else.
Yeah. I mean, good God. So right now, the top 5 or top 6 in terms of highest paid quarterbacks per year, Trevor Lawrence and Joe Burrow are tied 1A, 1B at 55 million. Jared Goff at 53, Justin Herbert at 52.5, Lamar at 52, and then Jalen Hurts at 51.
Wow. Man. What's Mahomes at?
He was at like his was weird. He had a weird contract. So I remember him. I remember I was at the doctor's office when that contract got signed. It was like 10 years, 500 million or some shit. Which, I
wonder what's his annual though.
It was 10-year extension worth 450 million. His cap hit for 2024 was set at 56 or 58.6 million. But he restructured to create a shit ton of cap space because he's doing what's his name?
But wow. Whew, man.
So right now his cap hit is at 37. And then what looks like is the next 3 years is when his cap is going to really shake things up. Next year he's at 66 million cap hit. Ooh. Then 68, then 64. Then in 2028, he'll have a 32 million. So it kind of goes down a little bit after that.
Man, aren't we lucky we don't have to pay a quarterback?
Well, I mean, if
it's gonna happen.
Hey, listen,
down the line,
you're in a position where you're hoping you have to pay a quarterback because that means you have someone. And we talked about that last week. If Justin Fields goes out there, I just had a thought. We'll get to that here in a sec. But say Justin Fields at some point does have to go out there this year and he plays well. We talked about, are we going to see the Steelers paying him $55-60 million a year? Not a chance in hell. I think he would be someone that you would try to get at 40 a year.
Jeez, but after 1 year though, it's just
and that's the question mark that you have to have. And with Russell Wilson too, he could be someone that could sign like a 3-year deal if he goes out there and plays well based on his age. But I have a question for you.
Oh boy.
I was having a conversation with someone yesterday, my boy Brandon, shout out to B. If neither of these quarterbacks pan out this year.
Oh boy. What are you thinking?
How would you feel about Dak Prescott becoming a Steeler?
Oh man, why did that question come up? Why did I ask that question?
And you know what I'm doing right now as we speak? I'm actually going to put a poll out there.
Wow. Now, what's the situation? Like, Dak's not coming back to Dallas, or not going to
They decided they're not paying Dallas, or they're not paying Dallas. They're not paying Dak, and that he's going to become a free agent next year in this situation.
I think you give him a prove-it-year deal.
There ain't a chance of hell. There will be a team that will give him.
I know, but like, what has Dak has done besides winning? What? I guess he won a playoff game. Yeah, great job, Dak. I don't know.
Let's see.
Let's hope that doesn't happen. That's what I don't want to happen.
He's 2-5 in the playoffs. He's won 2 playoff games.
So 2 playoff games. Wow, doing better than us, which is, I guess. Wow. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Because you know why? I hate Dallas. And you're coming from Dallas. When was the last time you had a player come from Dallas?
I don't know, honestly.
Exactly. It's like, when's the last time I had a player from Dallas came over? Oh, wait. I think of one. Taco. I think that's the last one. Taco Charles came for a little bit. He did play some games.
It's not Taco Tuesday, but we're turning it Taco Thursday, damn it. Actually, it's Thirsty Thursday. As soon as we get done with here, I'm having me a cold one.
Yeah, I believe it. Taco Charles was the last one. So technically, I guess, but that was different. He's a pass rusher. That was needed. So that was TJ when it was hurt, if I was mistaken, right? Yeah, I think that's when TJ was hurt. I don't remember, but I don't know. If that comes, it is what it is. I'm that type of guy. Like, we're in it.
I just put that out there as a poll on Twitter, so I am very curious to see how that's going to go out here.
Because here's the question. If you don't go, let's say Fields and Wilson aren't it, and you don't want to go for Dak, who's the quarterback? What's your option? Who's your option?
And like I mentioned before, next year's draft class is not that great for quarterbacks. I don't think as of now.
Yeah, that's that. Yep, as of now. That's what I'm saying. Like, who would you go for if you can't take, no Dak, no Fields, no Wilson?
Oof.
What Jacoby Brissett?
Mitch Trubisky.
Hell to the no.
Bring back Mason, damn it.
No. Who else? What? Mac Jones? No. I'm just throwing names out there.
Do not ever bring up that name and the Steelers ever again. Although, you know what? He did beat us, damn it, in 2022. And you know what's even worse? You know who was there to witness that damn atrocity of a game? Both of us were there. It was hotter than a whorehouse on nickel night in that damn stadium. I am sweating cannonballs like I'm in the Revolutionary War, and good God, we lost that damn game.
I just can't believe that Devontae Parker got that touchdown, and I was right there.
And my blood is officially boiling again.
But anyways, there's no other quarterback. That's what, Gardner Minshew? I think he's on a 2-year deal, so he can't even want to unless they cut him. But there's really nobody else.
Lord, please.
So we are really hoping that one of these two is our quarterback.
Oh, God, I'm hoping.
Because I do not want Dak Prescott personally. No. No.
I'm curious to see what people will have to say. So as of right now, is 67% no, 33% yes.
Where's my vote?
Did you already vote on there?
I'm about to right now.
So we know that's about to be a 75-20 or 25-75.
Yep, damn right. No. Don't need Dak Prescott. I hope we do not need that. No. Because running out of good quarterbacks right now, Everyone's stuck with their teams, Chicago's got their quarterback. Washington has theirs. Minnesota has theirs, hopefully. Atlanta has Kirk Cousins and the backup of the future, Michael Penix. The Giants, I don't know what they're going to do with Daniel Jones. Oh, here's another question. There you go. You want a quarterback? Which one do you rather have, Dak Prescott or Daniel Jones?
A bullet to the brain. No, if I obviously that'd be Dak. I'd much rather I'd rather have Dak than either of the Joneses. Picking up with the Joneses, head ass.
Because I'm trying to think who else. Geno Smith. I don't know what's Seattle's situation with Geno. That's another good topic. But
he signed. I want to say it was like a 3-year deal or something, but I forget when he signed that.
Yeah, well, we'll see how long that 3-year deal, but you don't know how long that's really going to last. To be honest with you, look at Russell Wilson, who was gone after 2 seasons. So,
looks like we got a new signing of Calais Campbell is signing with the Dolphins.
Congratulations.
So he will not be playing the Steelers.
Unless what? The Steelers go for Tua if he's a free agent? Come on.
Why? So we could go from concussion-ridden Kenny Pickett to concussion-ridden Tua? Oh, God. For the love of God, please, I'm begging you.
I'm telling you.
God.
This is the year that we have to know who's our quarterback. Have to.
I'm begging.
Omar Khan, I'm looking at you. We have a big decision to make in about next year.
I'm either going to be telling them you better shine the top of that head real nice on a statue, or we're going to be saying you should be stop worrying about shining your damn bald ass head and worry about trying to get us a damn quarterback. We'll let you know in about 365 days and see how that's going to go out.
Less than that, but we'll see.
But
that's it. Yeah, that's really nothing else really going on.
Yeah, other than that, yeah, like you said, not really much more going on. We're in that real slow period until it's time for training camp. Then that's when things will be able to pick up a little bit. Then preseason, then that's when all the fun begins, or all the hell. Well, it depends on how the season goes.
Well, no more preseason hype is the goal.
We're going to be sitting here. We could be winning 50-0 in a preseason game. We're going to be looking like the bench of the old San Antonio Spurs with Greg Popovich. We're just going to be sitting here.
It's great. I need to see that in the season.
Yay, we win championship. Great. That's how we're going to be acting during the preseason. Because we got bamboozled. And, that was awful. Awful. But other than that, I think that's about it. I do want to say thank you everyone for tuning in. I hope you guys did enjoy. And if you guys did, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, drop a comment. And might have some interesting news coming up here in the next week or so. So, a little bit of interesting.
No teaser?
It's involving someone that we've worked with before.
Interesting.
We'll put it that way. But until then, hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Again, stay safe. Make sure you're staying hydrated, drinking your water because it is hotter than hell.
It's hot.
It's hotter than Libby Dunn out there. Well, Jarrod's used to the hot, so
yeah,
I'm not. But until then, have a great weekend. Stay safe. Go Steelers. Fuck the Magic. Fuck the Browns and fuck the Yankees. And until then, have a great week. Goodbye, everyone.